Hi, this is P.R. Sundar. So, welcome to this special episode where I am going to talk about gold and real estate. Recently, I have been to Dubai and I was looking to buy some property. So, when I talk to my friends, and most of them, they are not related to stock market. They are not experts in few areas. Of course, they are expert in their own areas. But most of them, what they told me, sir, you don't buy now, it is not the right time. So I said, why? They said, sir, during coronavirus period, if it was 1 million, now it is already 2 million. Going forward, we are expecting some kind of a correction, maybe 30-40% correction. So I think it's better to buy after the correction. But then I said, what is the guarantee that the correction will come? So first let us try to understand how real estate and how gold prices behave. Now, my main focus now is gold, not the real estate. I just gave the example as a real estate, but both will work in the same way. Number one, assume that you are having some cash and then you are looking for some investment, or if you don't get any good investments, you will put the money in bank FD. Assume that bank FD is giving 30% interest rate. Of course, we are getting only 6-7% only, but assume that you are getting 30% interest in the bank. So, will you invest your money in gold or real estate, or will you put the money in bank FD? Because the bank FD return is so lucrative. So, you don't know whether gold or real estate will appreciate 30%. So, therefore, when the interest rates are high, people tend to park the money in bank FD rather than investing in real estate or gold. Now, what happens for one or the other reason? Assume that interest rate goes down. Let us say tomorrow onwards, the banks will give only 1% interest rate for FD. Then what will you think? The banks are giving only 1% interest. If I put it in gold or if I put it in real estate, at least 2-3% appreciation also come also, I am happy. So, when the interest rates are very high, people tend to park the money in FD. When the interest rates are very low, the bank returns are very, very low, they tend to take risk here. So, that is one side of the story, people who have good capital. Now, on the other side, people who don't have the good capital. So, what they will do, they may be living in a rented apartment. They may be paying the rental. Now, assume that the bank pay very high interest rate for depositors, then for the loans also they will be charging very high interest rate. How the banks work? If they pay 10% interest for FD, they'll charge 12-13% interest for the loan. So that 2-3% is their actually margin. So, suppose if they are paying 30% interest for the FD, that means when you go and take a loan, they will charge 35%, 40%. So, a person, how he can borrow at such a high interest rate? Because he has to do the repayment. He may be working, so his monthly income may be fixed one. So, let us say his monthly income is 1 lakh rupees. That means mostly the banks, if your income is 1 lakh rupees, your repayment should not be more than 50,000. That's a general guideline. So, right now, assuming that, interest rate are 6 or 7%, so you take a loan of about 50 lakh rupees, so your EMI will be around 50,000 rupees. So, you are eligible only for 50 lakh rupees loan. If suppose interest rate is 20%, 30% like that, very high, then your EMI will be very, very high. You will not be eligible for 50 lakh loan. You will be eligible only for 20 lakh or 25 lakh loan. Then you are not eligible for a bigger loan, then how can you buy a property? Right? So there will be no demand. On the other hand, if the interest rates are very, very low, then your EMI will be much less. So when your EMI is much less, then you can afford for more quantum of loan. Instead of 50 lakh rupees, you can get 60, 70 lakh rupees loan. So when you can get 70 lakh rupees loan, you can afford to buy an apartment, even a slightly higher priced apartment also. So whether you have a capital or you don't have a capital, things will work the same way. When the interest rate scenario is very high, then people tend to keep the money in bank, and the people with low capital, they also cannot afford to buy apartment. When the interest rates are low, the people have more incentive to buy the property, or the people can borrow more loan and they can buy the property. And same thing goes to the gold also. Now, what is happening? If you look at the gold price, so far, I think somewhere around 1972 or 73 is when the gold prices have been left to the market forces. And before that, United Kingdom used to fix the price of the gold. And believe me, for nearly 500 years, the gold price was the same price. There was no fluctuation. There was no up and down. Of course, it was trading in sterling pound. So for 500 years, the gold price was almost the same, no change. But then in 1972 or 73, so they left it to the market forces to decide. Then from 1972 till now, if you see, one major issue came in 1980. There is a country called Iran. So there was one guy called Ayatollah Khomeini. So he started a revolution. So a revolutionist took the all the oil refineries, blocked all the oil refineries in Iran, so that crude supply was disrupted in the entire world. And I heard, I was not very sure because I did not have a car or bike those days. I heard many countries they supplied the petrol through the ration. So there was a big oil crisis. So that has affected the entire world economies. So what happened when an economy is facing a big problem? To revive the economy, the central banks will reduce the interest rates. So when the interest rate is being reduced, the gold prices will start moving higher. So that is the first rally that came in 1980. I think within 1 year, the gold prices have shot up about 4 to 5 times. Then, after that, 2008 Lehman Brothers collapse. The Lehman Brothers collapse came, the entire world economy faced a lot of problems. So all the central banks reduced the interest rates to almost zero. So that is when the second rally came in gold prices. And I think this time, I still remember I bought some gold for my wife. It was around 850 rupees per gram in 2008. And 2013, within 5 years, I think per gram of gold shot up to 4,000 rupees. So it was nearly 4 to 5 times in 4-5 years. That was a second rally in gold. And now, what happened? Because of this coronavirus, interest rates have been reduced, but they printed a lot of money. And because of that, the inflation has shot up. In 2022, US inflation shot up to nearly 9%, the worst inflation in the last 40 years. So because of that, US government continued to raise the interest rate. So now the interest rates are so high in US. Now the US Fed has indicated that going forward, they will be slowly reducing the interest rate. Right now, I think US interest rate is around 5.5%. That will be, reduced to maybe 1.5 to 2% over a period of next 2 years. So clearly, over a period of next 2 years, interest rates will be keep going down. As I told you already, when the interest rate goes down, people can afford to take more loan, so real estate activity will continue, and people also will be buying the gold. So always remember, to put it very simple, in any economy, if the interest rates is low, then gold price will be higher. If interest rate is higher, the gold prices will be lower. So this is a general concept. Of course, some rare cases, it can work the other way around also. So that exceptional cases. That's because, US printed a lot of money. So going forward, next 2 years, the interest rates will be keep coming down. So therefore, real estate prices are not likely to come down, and the gold prices will surely move higher. So that is why always suggest, at least 10% of your portfolio, you keep it in gold. If you can remember, I came out with a video once I bought 4 kg of gold. At that time, 1 kg was around 48 lakh rupees. Now I think from 48 lakh rupees, now it has gone to 65-66 lakh rupees per kg. And because, one person can buy maximum 4 kg of gold only. That was bought in my company name. So remember, if anybody, they say, the gold price will come down, real estate price will come down, they just say, like their expectation, their anticipation and this and that. But now I've given you the solid backup how things work. So if you think that US interest rates will go down in the next 1 or 2 years, of course, that's what everybody is expecting. There is no reason for gold prices to come down. So if you want to buy, I think this is the right time to buy. And of course, just for a joke, I used to tell, one guy came and asked me, sir, my wife always asks for gold, but I don't want to invest money in gold. I said, very simple, okay, so I can make you also happy, I can make your wife also happy. How? Whatever your wife asks, let us say your wife is asking 1 kg of gold, buy 1 kg of gold for your wife, right? Then what you do, you come to the stock market and then short the gold future for 1 kg. The matter is over, right? Your wife gold is long and your MCX gold is short. So even tomorrow if the gold prices crashes, nothing to worry. But as and when you feel this is a right comfortable price, that time you can square up your shorts, right? So the underlying is that the gold prices are not likely to fall, okay? But even if you are expecting the gold prices to fall, never say no to your wife for buying a gold jewelry. So hope you enjoyed. More than that, hope your wife enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.